A man who
And-
needs no introduction, really.
Pretty much. And there's a note on here about him being the mayor, and this is true. We have all come to love Mark and appreciate his ideas and his interest and his perspective and his caring. And for that reason, Mark is truly a great person to ask about how do you show clients appreciation as a way to both generate leads, as a way to keep your revenue coming in. We talked earlier that a third of the revenue of a company's revenue is coming from their current clients. So with that, Mark, we're going to ask you what's the secret sauce, and let's have a conversation about how to keep our clients and keep our revenues up.
Well, so first of all, I do work with my brothers in a family-owned business, and they support everything I do. I couldn't do what I do without them. So thank you all for having me here. That percentage, that 65%, of retaining your clients, that's a number that most of us should have. We should pretty much know that by heart when we're looking at our client list, where our clients are coming from, who's with us consistently year after year. We're gonna lose clients, and I've lost some really big clients over the years, and my number's not always been at 65, but that's the number that we strive for, is to continuously be at 65. And it's consistency, I think, is the key to all of this. It's consistently sending out your newsletter, consistently staying top of mind, consistently being in front of your clients, talking to them, whether that be in person or socially on social media. Basically, hanging your hat where your clients hang their hat. That's part of that retention. That's also the client appreciation, because your clients appreciate you being there for them when you're out and about and you're out running around. And so, tchotchkes are a great way to do that. I say tchotchkes, but branded merchandise is always a great way to promote your client appreciation. And I don't have the mug that Donna sent me, but I do have my mug. This is something that I send to clients on a fairly regular basis, especially if I get referred a rather large opportunity. It actually goes out. And then, last but not least, I'm a firm believer in personal note cards. So this one is my card, and then this one here is my brother's card. It's basically the famous McKenzie brothers. So we basically send out thank you notes on a pretty regular basis. I probably send 5 a week. And if I have somebody's business card, I usually laminate it and make it into a bag tag. And then I basically send that with the thank you note and thank them. And then I just, P.S. I hope you can use the bag tag. One reason I do that is it creates bulky mail. Bulky mail gets opened. It's a little more expensive to send, but it gets opened. And that's what you're trying to do, is you're trying to get your clients to recognize that you do appreciate them. And, posting on LinkedIn, commenting, highlighting one of those clients. We recently had a client that sent us their socks, their branded socks. And so what we did was we basically took a picture of the brothers and put the socks on and posted it on LinkedIn and Facebook, thanking our client, highlighting our client for their give. And it works both ways. So when someone gives you something, turn around and thank them for it. That's the important part. And so when your clients give you business, thank them for it. Pick up the phone and thank them. Go personally and meet them. We have some very long clients. I have my very first client is the White House restaurant in Buckhead. That's the very first client we ever had. 1975, they were our next door neighbor, and they walked in and we made them some copies of their menu. Pretty plain and simple. They're not a huge client, but they're a long-term client. And that's what it's all about, is providing value every day in the transactions that you give. And that's really how you retain clients. That's how you show a customer appreciation. I have a short story. A marketing firm from California sent us a project to help them at the last minute with a print project. They were down at the World Congress Center. The actual individual came to our print shop to pick up the small, I mean, I think it was 200 copies. It wasn't a dramatic give. I mean, it wasn't a great, it's always a great client to have in, 100, 200, 10,000, a million. They're always great clients, but they had called Uber to have them get here. So they used Uber to get here. As they were leaving, they were standing outside trying to call their Uber again to come pick them up. And they were going to the Georgia World Congress Center, or the World Congress Center down here in downtown Atlanta. And I just said, why don't you just jump in my car and I'll take you back to your trade show. So you're not waiting around for the Uber. And I did that. And that client has been a longtime client of ours for about 6 years now. Every year they come into town, we do all their printing. And it's basically providing value to the individuals you deal with on a daily basis. And that's the client appreciation. You appreciate the people that do business with you. You appreciate the people that you surround yourself with, such as a lot of these people in this group. I appreciate, very much, and they appreciate my services.
So Mark, we're coming to the holiday season, and you and a couple of people have talked about, do things for the holidays. What's your view about when to show appreciation? You want to stand out from the crowd. So you do want to send, a holiday card of some sorts, but you also have to realize that not everybody is a Christian, so to speak. There's also people that don't celebrate the Christmas holidays. They might celebrate the Thanksgiving holidays. They might celebrate a holiday after the Christmas holiday. So part of your job is to know the individuals you deal with and send them a piece, whether it's a postcard or an email or a direct mail piece. It's something that part of your responsibility is to thank them during the holiday seasons and in those seasons and get out in front. So I do tons of holiday cards. Right now I have several orders in the works for the Christmas holiday. It's way in advance, but you want to send out a card for the Christmas holiday. You want to send it out the day after Thanksgiving, the first business day after Thanksgiving, if you're sending a Christmas card. If you're sending a Thanksgiving card, you send it basically the first day after Halloween. If you're sending a Halloween card, you should already have it in the mail right now. It should be in the mail. And there's several reasons for it. People put those cards on their desks, they put them on their credenzas, they hang them here. It's being top of mind, and it shows your appreciation, and it's consistent. They hold on to those actual cards, for the holidays. So if you send out let's just say you send out a Christmas card and it doesn't get to their office or their home office until the 23rd of December, it's only going to be around for basically a day, because Christmas Eve, people are leaving to spend the holidays with their families, and Christmas they're with their families. You have one day for them to interact with that item. Why not send it out so they get it on the 1st of December, and you have 24 days that they can interact with that item. And then they actually see how much you appreciate them every day they come into the office. That's what it's all about, is staying top of mind. And if that's what you're going to do, it's the same thing with, a mug like this. This is one that I do. Donna's gave me one to thank me for some introductions I did. Out of the blue, I really didn't expect anything. I try to give without intent.
And Donna said, well, I have a little gift for you. She sent me that mug. That mug gets used pretty much every day at my house. Not always by me, but pretty much every day that mug is being used, or that tumbler. So part of that goes in line with what we were talking about was, well, how do you do that for charities? You know, what's the big gift? Well, I like to always have a wing person when I'm going out to networking events or events. I like to have somebody there that knows me, that can help divide and conquer a room, so to speak. But it's always good. You know, CHOA is really my charity of choice. And, you know, Angie and I and several of you help with the golf tournament every year that we put on. But CHOA also has their spring classic is here in the Atlanta market. It was at Turner Field, I think, last year. It's been at SunTrust in previous years, but it's the Georgia Tech baseball spring classic, and it's usually a season opener, and it's a fundraiser for Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. You can get like 20 tickets for, I don't know, $5, $10 a ticket, and then you share those with your clients. Mm-hmm. Whether your clients use that ticket or not, you shared it with them, so you become top of mind, and it's a thank you. And then when they do show up at the game, you're there, you get to celebrate with them all the activities that you're doing. You also get to celebrate a great cause and get to see a great baseball game. It's about sharing those opportunities.
Thanks. So with the people who are on the call, and we have Mark's brain to pick through right now, what are people doing to show appreciation? It sounds like Donna's done something. What's the trigger? And then what do you do to thank somebody? And we can do this verbally. Anthony mentioned branded refrigerator magnets in the chat. So other ideas, and it's really, what are the ideas and what's the feedback?
Yeah, I'd like to,
Mark.
I think thank you notes are a great idea. I think thank you notes are a great idea. And I always send a thank you note handwritten after my first engagement, and then after each completed project. So every client gets a thank you note at least once a year, and new clients get 2 thank you notes a year.
and I was going to mention that if you have a client and you know that they contribute to a specific charity, you know, in the past, you know, I have made a donation to that charity and sent them a card and said, hey, I've made a donation to the charity in your name. You know, and I'm curious in terms of, you know, if anyone has done that or, you know, has gotten any, you know, have gotten any positive feedback from that.
We did something a couple of years ago, and I was kind of critical of it as an agency-wide. We just made sort of a large donation in name of all our clients and sent them out something. But I felt like that was so, even though it was the great thought, I felt like it was so impersonal. I would have rather done, like you said, Lee, like, I know you well enough. I know Angie and Mark well enough that I would donate to Golf for the Kids or, you know, whatever. So I'd like to do it, like you said, make it a little more personal to them. I like that idea.
Now, a lot of it is just, you know, being aware, like, you know, what does somebody have going on with them? And my business has me talking to people in a very personal nature. This is not a 1-800 calling, get an answer kind of a business. So anytime I pass by something that I think that somebody likes, whether it's on LinkedIn or whether it's on Facebook, sending somebody a picture. One of the community of people here, we know Joe English, and he and his wife are very involved in golden retrievers. And so I see something with a golden retriever and I bring it on over to Joe. Just doing stuff like that, that if you know somebody is interested, sharing something with them means a lot, and it takes so little time and effort. I think it's really nice when someone sends me something that says, oh, look, here's what I saw about Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. It shows that they really took an interest in me and know what I like.
How else have people involved nonprofits, whether it's a donation or what have you. Has anybody else done anything, got any feedback on donation tie-ins?
I've got feedback, but it's not related to nonprofits. Is that what you're looking for?
Go for it.
Oh, okay.
This
Well,
is casual.
okay. So here's a little show and tell. So here is
Oh, back it up.
the mug. See, that's the blur that makes it hard for you to see.
Closer to your face.
Get it?
Oh,
There
there
you
it
go.
is.
There we go.
So that's the mug. And so people get that after introductions, at the end of my masterminds, at the end of my client engagements. And then some of them have little kids. So then I have a baby mug for the
Very
little kids.
cute.
And then some folks like functionality. So this pen has my name on it, but it also has the ability, I don't know if you could see it, but there's a light. So at the
Oh,
top,
nice.
you can find things. So it's functional and it has Smart Tools coaching on it. The other thing that I do is I keep, some of you guys are going to laugh when you hear this. I keep a toy folder. No one's laughing. Okay, good. You don't think the way I do. So toy stands for thinking of you. And so I keep on putting in articles and videos and things about animals and psychology, anything that is of interest. And I keep on putting that into this folder. And then when I want to your dog example, Angela, when I want to let people know I'm thinking about them, I send them relevant content. I sometimes make customized videos, which I really, really love. Imagine opening up your email and I'm talking to you in a video. And so that is really great. Zoom allows us to do that. And Vimeo and Mixmax are tools I use. So when you send the email, you don't have to click on a link. The video is right there. It's very cool. The tool is called mixmax.com. And that's what I do. I think of anything I can do to make a difference, and it really works out well.
So what's the view of people, and Mark, if you can kind of kick off the conversation about where you draw the line between whether it's the holiday season or ongoing, because it seems like most people here are triggering their expression of appreciation, like Angie, where you see something and you're using it as an excuse, if you will, or an opportunity. It's a trigger. So what's your view on the triggering of appreciation?
So I'll use Business Radio X as a prime example. I was on a Business Radio X show. They basically sent me, John Ray uses send out cards. And it was a note, basically thanking me for appearing on his show. Had my picture that he took while I was on the show. And it was about a week and a half after, it's almost 10 days after I appeared on the show, that he sent this out to thank me for showing up on his show and thank me for, for sharing the information on, I think I shared it on LinkedIn and Facebook. But it means a lot. And the thing is what Jonathan said, he sends out a personal thank you card after an engagement with a client, but he does it immediately after the engagement. So it might be, depending upon what the mail delivers it in, it might be 2 weeks before they get it. But the point is that you're still top of mind, and the client realizes that you're still top of mind in your mind. So it's a two-way street. And I don't think that there's anything wrong with celebrating the holidays. Myself, it's about consistency again. And it comes back to, if you consistently do the holidays, that's great. But if you consistently do other things, that's even better. So it's sending out information, tagging people on, LinkedIn or Facebook, or sending them articles, mention their name. You see something that Donna might put on LinkedIn and you say, oh, I do this with my son quite a bit. I'll tag my son on that article or that conversation, say, Charlie, take a look at this. And, I may not comment on Donna's article, but I am sharing it with other people. I share it with clients kind of like what Angie was talking about. If I know that they're interested in Bitcoin and I see something interesting about Bitcoin, I'll forward that. And there might be 5 people I forward that article to in that day. But it's about knowing who your clients are and knowing who you're after. And I do it with clients to help retain those clients, but I also do it with anybody on my prospect list to help keep me top of mind when they decide that they need printing or they want to donate to Topgolf or to Golf for the Kids or whatever. It's all about, being consistent and consistently showing your face to stay top of mind.
Go ahead, Donna, you're on mute.
I'm trying to zip it because otherwise I'll talk forever. I want to give everyone, I don't want to monopolize. I do have a question though, Mark, and that is, calling seems to be not a big deal. What value do you place on out of the blue, just thinking of you, picking up the phone and calling and saying, I saw this the other day and I thought of you, love to catch up with you to see how you're doing. Like, just reaching out without any agenda, just reaching out.
I think it works, but it's also trying to find the right time to engage the people you're calling. That's the big part, is trying to be able to engage those individuals at the right time. I think that you're really good at it, but I think that with my schedule, sometimes you've had to leave 3 or 4 messages before we actually reach out and connect. So, and that's why I think mail is even sending a small gift in the mail is so valuable. It's what I call the mail moment. We all like getting presents from Amazon. My wife loves it. She gets one every day from Amazon. But we all love that mail moment. It's kind of a surprise. Oh, what's in it? And then when you send a bulky piece or a tumbler or, in a box like this, it's you basically create that mail moment and you suddenly become top of mind in that individual's mind. And it's really more the thought. And it's even when you invite your clients to events. I'm a firm believer. I don't, you see me at Buckhead Club and there might be 2 or 3 guests and 2 of them might be my clients. Well, I might have invited 15 clients to that event and they all said, no, I can't go. But I extended the invite and they realized that I'm thinking of them. And that's what it's really all about, is you want people to know that you're thinking of them, that you care about them. And, you want to provide value in every relationship you have. And that's just one way to do it.
Great. Mark, well, thank you for that. We're going to kind of wrap up for respect everybody's time. Appreciate those comments. Oops.